Hey, howdy and happy day. There was a commander of a big boat, great big ship in the U.S. Navy. This guy, he posted photos of himself on social media with him holding a rifle with the scope, and the scope was backwards. Duh, who does that? And he was in charge of this guided missile destroyer, and he doesn't even know how to put a gun together. But that's a little bit spooky. He's been relieved of his duty. I can think of a lot of politicians who should be relieved of their duty because they put things together kind of upside down and backwards too, don't you know? But hey, kind of a good story. Bad story, mountain lions. They don't attack a lot of people in America, but they do attack. There's only been 20 recorded incidences over the course of the last 100 years. I find that interesting because there's several instances that have been recorded in the last year alone. Just most recently, a 5-year-old boy was attacked by a mountain lion who was playing right beside the picnic table. And they were camping with his parents, of course. And the parents chased the lion. Finally, he got chased away. The boy was airlifted to the hospital, and there's a happy ending because he's well. But what's going on? I mean, there's another story in March of last year about 2 brothers that were hiking, and they were attacked by a cougar, and one of them died, and the other was in terrible condition. What's the story here? What's the answer to the story? Weaponry. I mean, you need to carry a gun. In California, you can't have open carry. I'm all in favor of open carry. Why not? But certainly you can't have concealed carry. I have concealed carry in California, and I wouldn't go hiking without carrying a weapon with me. Because if I see a mountain lion, if I'm one of those stats where I see somebody else being attacked by a lion, I want to go boom, 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 goodbye, bad lion. People think you carry a gun because you're scared. I'd be scared not to carry one. I mean, when I carry one, I'm not scared of anything. But, it's not about people. It's about lions. I hike a lot. I've seen so many mountain lions and snakes, and not just in California, in Nevada, in Canada, British Columbia, Alberta, and you should have a gun. You should be allowed to protect your life. Hey, just saying whatever. Now the White House. Jumping. Can you keep up? The White House. They're dismissing these questions from reporters about Vice President Harris's new apparent accent. She's now speaking like she's got a Southern accent, and people are mystified, and she's getting lots of press. There's no mystery here, none at all. Trump is a master marketer. There's nobody as good as him. He's in the news every day, and if he's not in the news one day, he says, I gotta say something crazy, and he does. I could shoot anybody on the street in New York City, and people would still love me. He made that comment several years ago. It's insane. You shouldn't talk like that, but guess what? He had press for many, many days. And she's learned from him. She's learned from the master, and that's what she's doing now. She's trying to get coverage. She won't talk. She hides in her basement all of the time, but this gives her coverage. It gives her exposure. People talk about her. That's marketing. There used to be an adage that said, all news is good news, even if it's terrible news. Not so sure about that, but in any event, she's playing that game, and it's in play. And she's even endorsing a lot of the policies of Trump that she's dead against, because she's a Marxist through and through, but she's saying things like, hey, that's okay, let's drill. Drill, baby, drill. She's copying him because he's the master, and she knows that she cannot win this election. Although she still could, because the left has said, hey, we've tried everything. People have tried to kill him. We've tried to bankrupt him. We've tried everything, so we better put him in jail. Sentencing is coming up on the 18th of September. We better put him in jail, and let's give him 3 months. Will that come? I kind of think so, but we will see. In keeping with this political kind of model, I guess, in the USA, recently a fellow went up to the Amazon Alexa, and asked this question: why should I vote for Trump? Here's the answer. I cannot provide responses that endorse any political party or its leader. Period. Then the same person said, why should I vote for Harris, the vice president? Here's the answer. While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant one may be that she is a woman of color and has overcome numerous obstacles to become a leader in her field. Additionally, her experience as a prosecutor in her record of accomplishment in the areas of criminal justice and immigration reform make her a compelling candidate. Wow, and that's from Amazon. You can't even make this stuff up. I mean, back to what I said. They've tried everything. They continue to do stuff like this, and guess what? Trump is ahead. He's head in the polls. People are saying, I don't like him. Many are saying, of course they do like him, but I don't like him, but I'm going to vote for him anyway because his policies are strong. I like his policies. It's about freedom. It's about right versus wrong, and if you want to be right, you got to vote for Trump. And then you have people like this who are constantly trying to undermine the whole thing. And so maybe jail's all that's left. I'm not sure about this. I gotta say, Ronald Reagan, he was Trump with a personality maybe, with a better delivery for sure. Well, there's a lot of similarities with regards to their beliefs and what they do. And there's a movie out now called Reagan and the Left is Attacking the Movie because it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It just is. Ronald Reagan, I named my youngest son after him. And I said to the president at that time, via a good friend of mine, Bob Hope, I said, we're going to name the baby. We're going to spell it Reagan. We're going to pronounce it Reagan if it's a girl and Regan if it's a boy. And so, hey, guess what? It's a Regan. He even sent flowers to the hospital for my wife. Cha-cha. I'm going off here. But Dennis Quaid, he has the role of Reagan. And he does a great job. He really does. And I like him. I'm a little biased because he says he's a Trump supporter. He's a right-wing guy. And the left is just, they're having a breakdown over this. And that's good. Hey, y'all come back. See ya.